What's up, guys? Swift here talking Chicago Bears football on a Tuesday afternoon. I have already been diving into the All 22 film because the NFL got it out a little bit earlier this week. Sunday was my birthday. I decided against posting a post-game breakdown. Fans were too on edge, and I decided to enjoy my birthday as best as I could after a loss like that. I want to talk about a couple of things that the media is missing and give some thoughts about our loss to the New York Giants. Our biggest failure was not the passing game in this one. It was our red zone offense. We simply could not convert inside the red zone and settled for field goals all day long. Luke Getsy was simply too vanilla once we got into the red zone, and it hurt us, plain and simple. The next thing is that Justin Fields needs some help. It's weird seeing fans give up on our quarterback already. Every Bears loss, I lose some subscribers and get a couple of comments telling me I should apologize to the fan base for my videos. Wow. Just wow. Some fans misunderstand my videos more than they do the Chicago Bears. I have said all along that we are a 6-10 win team. We are not Super Bowl contenders, and this year was going to have a ton of learning curves and ups and downs. We have a rookie head coach, a rookie play caller, basically a rookie quarterback, the cheapest offense in the entire league by far, and the 8th youngest roster in the NFL. Justin Fields is doing a lot by himself, and without the plays he's made this year, we would be 0-4 instead of 2-2. Fans will find one screenshot of someone open and Fields not hitting him and conclude he is a bust. I don't know how to break it to guys like that, but that happens to every single quarterback in the league every weekend. This was Patrick Mahomes on Sunday, missing a wide open Mecole Hardman for what would have been an easy touchdown. And here we have Jimmy G not seeing Deebo Samuel for what would have been another easy touchdown. Things like this happen in the NFL. Also, a lot of the criticism concerning Justin Fields not hitting open receivers has been very misleading. Our receivers are not open. They are not getting much separation, and they are simply not making plays. Darnell Mooney was the lone guy out there making plays this week, but he's been MIA the rest of the season as well. It was good to see him finally making an impact. On top of our receiving core being undermanned, though, Luke Getsy hasn't done Justin too many favors as far as opening up the passing game. The staff seems more focused on establishing our identity on the ground than developing Fields through the air. Fans criticize this a lot. The biggest reason for this is quite simply our offensive line is much better run blocking than they are pass blocking. Fields is taking way too many hits as it is, and if we want him to continue to develop this year, we have to keep him healthy. Part of this is establishing the run game and protecting Justin. We simply don't have the talent on offense to drop back and pass 50 times a game. This is year one for Fields and Getsy. Year two will have an influx of talent from our $100+ million in cap space and all of our draft picks. The arrow is pointing straight up. The fact that we won 2 games already this year is a great sign. However, expectations do have to be held back somewhat. We are not a Super Bowl contender this year. Let me say it one more time. We are not Super Bowl contenders. I've said it 50+ times this offseason, yet I continue to get comments acting like I said the Bears would go 17-0 this season. A little bit of optimism and showing you guys the bright sides of this roster does not mean I think we're going to go 17-0. This year is about building our foundation. The passing game is improving and will be much better, but we don't have the talent that teams like the Kansas City Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes. There's no Tyreek Hill on this team. There's no Travis Kelce. There's no Andy Reid calling plays either. We have to remember Luke Getsy is a rookie play caller. Not to mention our offensive line is nothing compared to what the Chiefs was when Patrick Mahomes made his debut. Building that kind of offense and stockpiling talent takes years, not a couple of months. The coaching staff and the front office understand this. It's why they aren't panicking. They expected this. The 2022 season has always been about laying the foundation for future success. There's no way that these coaches have even thought about giving up on Justin yet. They know he doesn't have the necessary talent around him, but we can't just fast forward to 2023 either. We have to play this season with the talent we have, and the coaches have done a good job at establishing our identity on the ground. The passing attack is lagging behind, but showed real signs of improvements in New York. Fields was much more accurate, and if we didn't have 5 dropped passes, his numbers would have been significantly better. He was 11 for 22 for 174 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. If we catch a couple of those drops, he could have been 16 for 22 for well over 200 yards. Also, Justin was under pressure more than any quarterback in the NFL again. He faced pressure in less than 2 seconds on over half of his dropbacks. Sam Mustipher gave up a whopping 7 pressures by himself. Also, when Fields had a clean pocket, he was lights out. Per PFF, when Justin Fields was not under pressure in 2 seconds or less, he was 10 for 14 for 168 yards and a PFF grade of 90.3. Don't listen to the clowns on social media telling you that he isn't hitting open receivers and that he's holding the ball too long. Has he held the ball too long on a couple of plays? Yup. Has he missed an open guy or two this year? Yup. But so has every quarterback. It doesn't mean he sucks. In a clean pocket, he was 10 for 14 for 168 yards. He also made some plays with his legs that he had no business making. In other words, when Justin Fields had just a little bit of time to read the defense, he was lights out. The rest of the game, he was running for his life. Receivers were blanketed, and he did his best job to create something out of nothing, picking up 3 crucial 3rd and longs with his legs. He had 7 carries for 52 yards on the day. Justin Fields needs help, period. It's unfair to judge him at all this season with the lack of talent around him. The coaching staff knows that, Ryan Poles knows that, but a lot of fans are simply missing that point. We will not be drafting a QB in the first round next year, no matter how the rest of this season goes, and I hate this loss was not on Justin Fields, though. We failed to stop the run, and that is the biggest reason we lost the game. Even with Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor out of the game, the Giants went to the Wildcat with Saquon Barkley and still were able to run on us and get points. Failure to stop the run or have any kind of backside contain in the first half when Daniel Jones rolled out, those were the 2 biggest reasons we lost this game. We still had a chance late, but Velus Jones Jr. muffed a punt. 5 years of returning kicks in college, and Velus had 0 muffed kicks in his entire career. He should be just fine, but it wasn't just Velus who had issues holding on to the ball. We fumbled the ball 6 times and lost 3 of them. 2 fumbles by Treston Ebner, 1 by Velus, 1 by Fields, 1 by Equanimous St. Brown, and 1 by Tevin Jenkins on that final play of the game. That was a backyard football style mess. Think about that, though. We had 6 fumbles. We also had 5 penalties for 65 yards and gave up 15 pressures and 6 sacks, even though we barely threw the ball. If we pass the ball anymore, Justin Fields won't make it through a season. It's important to keep him healthy, as he is clearly making strides as a passer. He also brings another dynamic to this offense with his legs. We don't have the talent on this roster to throw it 40 times a game and have a ton of success. We need better pass blockers on the offensive line, and we need more weapons in the passing game. I expect both of those to be addressed in the offseason, but for now it's about establishing that foundation and finding what works in the passing game. Seeing Justin go 10 for 14 for 168 yards from a clean pocket was a huge step in that direction. This season isn't all about wins and losses. It's frustrating to me that it takes this long as well, but we simply don't have the roster around our young quarterback to properly evaluate him yet. He is still making things happen with his legs and his arm. Justin Fields represents a beacon of hope for this franchise and the reason I am so optimistic about this team's future. His talent is incredible, and we've never had a guy that I've been this hyped about at quarterback in my entire life. I wish we had a better offensive line. I wish we had some receivers. I'd kill for a CeeDee Lamb, Jalen Waddle, or DK Metcalf on this team right now. But we have to be patient. I'm very optimistic that we bring in a big-time wide receiver this year in the offseason and bring in more help on the offensive line. Bottom line is it sucks when the Bears lose. This week's loss came on my birthday and affected my mood all day long. It's just important to know that this year isn't about wins and losses. Our window for competition opens up next season, where we have tons of cap space and still have 3 years left on Justin's rookie deal. No one's given up on him yet. Fans miss the point that 3 more years on a rookie quarterback contract is how you win in the NFL. So every game we lose this season just improves our draft pick next year, improving our options with our first round pick and beyond. So buckle up, guys. This is going to be a season full of ups and downs, but try to focus on the positives. Pay attention to the foundation and enjoy watching Justin Fields develop in front of our eyes. Stay tuned, guys. I have plenty more to come, including my all 22 breakdowns and much, much more. But until next time, bear down.